We're rolling. Hello, Alec.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. Just focusing on the upcoming finals week.
Ah, yes. You graduating this year?
I'm not graduating. I am a junior.
Okay, one more year then.
Yes.
And you get to be a part of this project, maybe some different iteration next year, but this year you got to be a part of Crowns to Clay.
Yes.
Right.
I was also in a similar project like this last year too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the medium that the students used was a little different last year, right? But
Yeah.
still the same concept?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, now that you got to do it twice, let's think back to either this drawing or the original drawing from last year. What was something you noticed or found interesting about the 2D drawing?
Something I noticed and found just interesting about the 2D drawings were how crazy it looks and very unique, very it just has a lot. You can tell it's definitely from a child's imagination with how many things there are and all the different colors and the different aspects. I definitely couldn't come up with that.
Right, definitely. Yeah. You're like thinking out of a 5-year-old's brain, a little different. And so, okay, as you look at this, you say it's kind of a crazy drawing. How did you begin to interpret it into a sculpture, like your process?
My process to interpret it as a sculpture was really just trying to identify what they were imagining themselves. Like, for my drawing, it looked a lot like a dog, specifically a Chihuahua, so I tried to look up photos of the animals that I thought they were thinking of. So, for example, I thought maybe a dog, a zebra, I think like some sort of bird or something, since mine had wings. Yeah. So I tried to honestly just look up different animals that I thought that they were trying to reference themselves in their little kid mind, and I went from there.
Okay. And I think it's interesting because some people I interviewed, they looked up actual animal pictures, yes, and others only went off of the 2D drawing. So it's just interesting, the artists, different interpretations. Okay, and I know all of you used similar materials and techniques in general, but was there anything that you did that you think was a little different than maybe the people in your class?
I don't think so. Honestly, when everybody's working, I don't think anybody, well, personally me, I don't really look around. I'm just doing my own thing. So maybe, but also I wouldn't know. I think mine is definitely the tallest one, I think.
Okay.
I think somewhere around like the tallest one or like the biggest kind of one. Not the biggest one, but like the tallest one.
Okay.
So I think that's I guess something I did differently.
Was that a challenge?
Yes, I don't know why I did it. Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, this is a perfect size. And then everybody else was going smaller and I was like, you know what? That was a great idea. I wish I should have done that.
So maybe if you had a chance to do it again, you'd go smaller scale?
That's definitely what I told myself. I said that if I were to do this project again, I am definitely going a smaller scale just to make it easier on myself. Because this is a lot. This was really time consuming.
I feel like in the original video, you said something about making details on clay was a lot harder. Like focusing on details using a medium like clay is very difficult.
Yes, because clay is a lot about structure. So if you don't have good structure and a good base, everything's gonna fall apart. So smaller details are very hard, especially for a bigger sculpture like mine. Some things are heavier than others, and it goes lopsided, and everything. It's not very fun. But you know what? Like I really like the concept of this project, and even though I had some challenges, I still think the end product was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I only said that because I think that your project does have a lot of detail, so I think it's funny that you mentioned that, and then you end up turning it into a very detailed project.
I honestly just think that I kind of like doing a lot of things. I don't know. I take on a lot of things that maybe I shouldn't take on because it makes it a lot harder.
Hey, but You get to explore some things, right? Try new things.
That's what I like. That's what I like about my specific art style in general, is that every piece that I make is never similar to another one. It's always a different media.
Okay.
It's always a different concept. Everything's different. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's good, and I think you're probably continuing to find your like individuality in art, right?
Definitely. I also kind of find it challenging because since I can't stick to a specific sort of material, I feel kind of lost because everybody around me has their specific talent and all that stuff, and I don't. So then I'm like, oh, what am I? But at the same time, I guess that gives me character.
You know, there is a saying, jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
You know what? That's actually a really good quote.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, wow. You know what? That actually sums up. That's actually really good.
That's your art style.
Yeah, you know, that's there. I should have put that in like the description of this piece or something.
Yeah, no, I'm not really sure who said it, to be honest, but I know that it's a thing.
Well.
Okay, well, thank you for all of that. I feel like you already kind of answered this, but I will ask you, how did you make sure that you honored the original drawing? Because I know it's like probably easy to get off on your own creative path. So how did you honor the students' original artwork?
I tried to make it. When I first started, I tried to make it look as close as the original as possible. I tried to choose the same colors and make it look the same, but also I do tweak things because in the original picture, the head was huge. Mm-hmm. And structurally, that would not pass. Physically, that's impossible, so I don't think that would have worked.
There you go.
So I guess the way I did it was I only changed it if it had to be done.
Based on your expertise as the advanced art student, right? Okay.
This is true.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. The students weren't drawing with the intention of it becoming a sculpture, so they wouldn't know what's structurally sound, I guess.
Yeah, so I just changed what needed to be changed so it wouldn't crumble and it would look pleasing.
Good plan, right? Okay. And is there anything else you want to say about this project, the process, or your sculpture?
It was great. I really like working with kids. The kid that made my drawing, she was really nice. She's really sweet. Even though there was like a language barrier, I still really, I would do it again, specifically with her too.
Oh.
And I wish I could talk to her more, especially like during opening day. It was harder because there were just so many people. I was very overwhelmed, and I was tired because, I mean, all the students had to work in this gallery, and we had to put up our own pieces, and it was pretty, like, it was after school. It was really tiring, so I didn't really get to talk to her, and I just wish I could have interacted with her more.
Okay.
And I think next time this project, I'll try harder to communicate with the children, because I think that's the whole point of the project. Not me making it, but me talking to the kids and saying, hey, look, this was your imagination. I made it real.
I love that. Yes, that's probably the most exciting part of the whole thing, right?
Yes, that's for me too.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alec, for everything throughout this process. It's been great working with you.
Yes, you're welcome.
And I'll see you next year.
Yeah.